Hey Cupcakes, welcome to Just Chat Fridays, episode number 2. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome, and don't leave without subscribing. Hit that notification bell while you're at it so you can be the first to know when I upload a video. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome. Why did I do that? If you're guys, I'm annoyed. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back, baby girl. Welcome back, Cupcake. Welcome back, the goo. So as you guys know, Just Cakes Fridays. It's just me, a blankie, our tea, and chat. That's basically what it is. So today we're talking about delayed results not equaling wasted time, right? So basically what I mean about that, and the reason why this has just been like on my heart, is just because, recently I had a friend who was supposed to had planned out so many things for this year. And I think that it's not only my friend who's in this situation, we're all in this situation. Unless you're maybe in school and it's like academic things for you, either way, the academic calendar it's gonna go the way it was supposed to go. But maybe in your life, your travel plans have been, changed up. Maybe you were supposed to receive certain incomes and now you can't because you weren't able to provide those services. So now you're not receiving that income and you can't save that money to get whatever it is that you were gonna get at the end of the year. Whatever plans you had for this year and the goals you were hoping to achieve, it would mean that you would have had to do things, provide services, go to places, just the amount of movement that was needed in order for all of those things to happen and to be put in place in order for you to be able to achieve all the goals that you needed to achieve this year. It's not happening, right? So all of these things are just kind of not happening anymore, and there's just such a delay in time, and it can just make you feel like, oh my gosh, now that these things are not happening in this time, the year has gone to waste, I'm not going to achieve anything. And I just want to talk about my experiences when it comes to things being delayed. I think there is such a beauty in that whole process, things not happening in your time, but things happening in God's time. There's that whole concept. I just feel like there's so many secrets in delayed progress, and I don't even know if it's delayed progress or if it's just the right time and the right kind of progress, because people like to think that slow progress means no progress. So I just want to talk about a couple of things that happened in my life that definitely did not go according to plan, and I just want to share one or two testimonies about the lessons that I learned in that time and in these situations, and how it ended up actually just being exactly what I needed without even knowing. So for starters, I think my biggest thing for me was graduation. And nothing about that has gone to plan, even to this day, So I started my degree. Firstly, I matriculated in 2014, but I only graduated, and I say graduated because I haven't actually walked the stage and properly graduated. So I only graduated this year in 2020. So that's another thing that was supposed to happen for me. I was supposed to actually have that moment where I walked on the stage and it's just whatever, but that could also be a testimony in itself. So anyways, I'm going too far forward. So I started literally my varsity career or my post high school career in 2015. And the thing is that I'd applied to all the right universities, I'd applied for the things that I wanted to do, etc. I had the marks for it, when I applied, I was what is it called, where they accept you, not preliminary exception but the one where they accept you, conditional acceptance. There, guys, I've been out the system for that long. Conditional acceptance was there, guys. It was happening. We were moving, we were doing this thing. I was going to varsity. Next thing, okay, after matric exams, I didn't get the marks that I was supposed to get, guys. And not that I was supposed to get, I didn't work hard enough, or it just didn't go the way it was supposed to go. And I needed 1%, to start the degree I wanted to start. Guys, Pretoria was not budging. The universities I'd applied to, they were not budging with that 1%. So once again, the beginning of my varsity career was then delayed. So luckily there was an opportunity in Stellenbosch. Long story short, I basically redid, my matric mathematics and a couple of other it was almost like a bridging course, but it's a bridging course where you get exposed to a lot of like varsity programs, but at the same time you are redoing your varsity maths or your varsity science or whatever it is that you need to get into the stream that you would like to get into. So I did that, which meant there was a 1-year delay in my supposed 3-year varsity journey, right? Okay, cool. Anyways, I started my degree 2016, no problem. So now you're thinking 2016, 2017, 2018, end of 2018, I should be graduating. Guys, did I not go through a full 4 years of varsity? I was only due to graduate end of 2019. And even then, throughout my whole varsity career, I just felt like, why do I never finish when I'm supposed to finish? I put in all this work, I'm really like working hard, doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. But what the problem was? I wasn't ready. And one of the things that I now realize, later on, I realize now that I actually wasn't ready, because at no point in all those years, at no point at the end of 2018 or at the end of 2019, only by the end, and I'll explain to you what I mean by the end of 2019, I wasn't ready. At no point at all of those times I was supposed to finish could I envision myself finishing. I couldn't actually envision myself walking on the stage. I couldn't actually think about not what it was that I was going to do next, but I just couldn't imagine. I didn't believe it as intensely as, I should have. I don't think that all the things that have fallen into place now in my life would have happened had I, matriculated earlier. The company that has, I don't think they would have been in a position to, want to work with someone like me. Nothing would have happened the same way. I don't think my parents would have been in the same financial position to give me all the opportunities that were given to me in my final year, post-final year, how we went and fetched all my stuff from Stellenbosch, the move. There's so many different aspects of how the entire process happened that I don't think would have been able to happen a year or two prior. Like, my parents weren't in the same situation. I wasn't in the same mind frame mentally. I wasn't mature enough. There were so many things about my readiness that was not there, even though I wanted with everything in me to graduate, to start working, to do my honors, to study something else. There were so many things that weren't okay. And that's just basically that's just one situation in my life where things weren't okay. I wasn't ready. There's another situation which was the reason why I said I wasn't ready at the end of 2019. So when I started my final exams, I was like, guys, I am finishing, I am done. But let me tell you, I wrote every single final exam twice. And it was problematic. Oh, by the way, today's tea of the day is peppermint tea. I don't know if it's ever going to change through these videos. Maybe I'll grow and start tasting different teas with you guys, but right now, peppermint tea is that girl. So I wrote every exam twice except for one. And the funny thing is that by the time, the one that I didn't write twice, the second time, was one that I was very, very, very ill prepared for. At this point, I was ready to write everyone twice because I had written all the other ones and I was like, that didn't go well, that didn't go well, that didn't go well. So as much as I thought in my head that, guys, I'm graduating, God has told me everything in my heart is ready, I'm graduating December, I think it was something like December 7th, I was supposed to graduate, 2019. I was ready, guys. I was searching. Well, I wasn't searching actively for outfits, but I was just like, preparing my parents. My parents wanted to go on holiday, I remember, and I was like, guys, you can't go on holiday on that date because I'm graduating. Mugele. Mugele was not graduating. But interesting thing is that when I started my second season of final exams, there was something in my heart that was very ready. There is something about my whole mental frame, my work ethic. I was working way, way harder. I was literally like, I would cross night every night. I would leave the study hall at 7 a.m., 6:30, go to sleep, 12 o'clock I'm awake. I'd sleep literally like 6 hours, 12 o'clock I'm awake. It sounded like a little bit of hours to be sleeping, but I'm talking nonsense. It's actually a lot of hours. 6 hours is a lot of hours. But guys, I was working hard. That's my point. And everything about me was in it. And by the time I got news that I wasn't rewriting that second exam, I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. And that's the thing, because I was so ill prepared for that exam, and for very valid reasons. I was ill prepared for the first one for valid reasons. But the thing is that it shows you that because I was in such a mental space that I was so ready, and I was ready for anything to happen. My plan, this is also an important thing. As much as I had a plan in my heart and I was ready, there was also a part of me that was like, I surrender. Whatever happens will happen. Do you get me? I wasn't in a place where I'm so fixated on this thing happening this way that if anything goes wrong, I'm just going to crumble. And that is the part where you just kind of like let go, and you're like, God, this is what I want to happen. But like, let your will be done. And that's the thing. I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is how it's gonna go. This is what I want. God, you've said yes. In my heart, I think that God has said yes. But I was allowing for things to go differently. I had a peace. There was a certain peace about it. And I guess that's just what I'm trying to say, that sometimes, let me just go back. So I was ready to rewrite that next exam. There wasn't any issues. But what ended up happening is that, one, I didn't have to rewrite that exam. And the same day that I was supposed to rewrite that exam is the exact same date that I had my interview for the job that I currently have. It was an internship at the time, but that was the same date that I got this job for. And that goes to say that I wasn't ready all along, and it all seemed like a delay to me. It was like, I'm never graduating. This is not happening. This is not happening. Exams didn't go well. This, that. I wasn't ready, and things were delayed. But when the moment that all of those things that were delayed were coming into place, there was a certain readiness that came with that. Because when that interview came, guys, I walked in there. I knew what to say. I just had a certain like readiness and confidence in me that was just like, delayed time or delayed goals can only equal more readiness, and that's what I've been learning throughout in my life, that whenever I think that something is not happening, even like sometimes with my YouTube videos, like I will think of a concept, right? I will think of a concept 50 years before, especially the ones where I'm doing in the kitchen or whatever. I'll think about it, and then I literally stress, and I think I'm so ready to execute this. Like this, Just Chat Fridays. I was so ready to execute this probably about 7 months ago. I was like, I want to do this. Actually, probably from the beginning of this channel's conception, I was like, this is something I want to do. Guys, I was not ready. At no point was I ready to share my experiences, the things I've gone through to this extent. I was not ready to be open like this with you guys. And as much as to me in my head, I was like, oh, okay, so procrastinating, when are you going to do this thing, etc. But I've learned in my life that the more and more things don't happen to me, or things don't happen for me, or the more and more I delay doing a certain thing, it literally just means that I'm not ready for it yet. I'm not ready. And the moment I get up and start doing something about it, that is when I'm ready. the only reason why I'm able to upload a Just Cakes Friday, and it does better than all the other videos that I upload throughout the week, is because there's something about me that is ready for this. The world is ready to receive it. There's everything, every element that goes to this happening is ready. Do you get me? So I just want you guys to know that, like, this year hasn't gone to shit. I'm sorry, but this year hasn't gone to nonsense. Everything that you still want to achieve, you can still achieve it. You can still achieve it if you're ready. And when you are ready, you will achieve it. There's nothing about the time that it's taken. Do not think that just because something has taken a long time to happen, or you've had to go there, then there, then there, then there, you know, it hasn't been a straight and narrow road. Everything that you go through just makes you more ready for exactly what it is that you think is delayed. And when it does happen, when you're ready at that time, there's something so beautiful about how the world and everything else works to make sure that that very thing is exactly what you achieve. And never, ever, ever think that just because the past 6 months have gone by and it's just been the worst thing in the world and you've been in the pits and all of that, you know, I feel like we like to also profess very negative things like, this is the bottom, these are the pits, I'm in hell, Jesus, rather take me now, like, if God can take me now, I'm ready. You know, we like to profess all of those things, but I think it's also very bad because we're putting all this negative energy out into the world. But even though we do that, let me tell you something, guys. If you're ready and something is supposed to happen to you, it is going to happen. And one thing you can do to help it and to aid that thing happening is by changing up here, not professing all of those negative things like, yeah, well, it can't happen now. The year has gone to sugar, honey, iced tea. You know, coronavirus, it ruined everything. Just be like, actually, coronavirus helped me stop, take a moment, reflect, and it's helping me get ready for everything that I'm about to receive. And this year, guys, the things that can happen in 6 months, the things that you can change in 6 months, the mentality that you can have and build up in 6 months, it's unmeasurable amount of things. I don't know, like, if that's even the right way to say it, but the amount of things that can happen from here till the end of the year are literally insurmountable, whatever. Guys, you know those big words that just show that there's a limitless amount of things that can happen this year to you still, and you're just that delayedness in time, the delayed, you know, whatever that you're looking for, that delayed car, that delayed savings, delayed passes, delayed job opportunities, etc. They are only going to happen when you are ready. And what is currently happening during this time of delay is that you are becoming more ready, and the world is becoming ready. The world is getting itself ready to be able to give you all it is that you want when the time is right. And that is honestly just my message for today, what I've been thinking about, that everything that's happening, it's happening for a reason. We need to be positive in this time. We need to, I know it's difficult. I know that a lot of people, you know, struggle with a lot of things. I know that some people have lost their incomes. I know that, you know, things are difficult, guys. Things are very difficult, but God is always there for you. He provides for the birds. Therefore, he will definitely provide for you. And one other thing I can tell you is that God always keeps his promise, and he'll never forsake you. So wherever you think you've been working hard towards and it hasn't come, whatever situation you may be in that is very difficult at the moment, and everything that has been delayed in your life, it is coming. I profess that it is coming. God says it is coming. God says he will do it for you. God says he will provide. God says that he is only making you more ready to receive those things. And guys, another video that I'm gonna link right here is Bumile Dwaba's unanswered prayers video. That's also quite heavily related to this topic, so go and watch that for more motivation. I love you guys so much, Cupcakes. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and I hope you leave here feeling a little bit more, positive about the things that are happening around us, and I hope you feel a little bit more uplifted, and that everything that is happening for a reason. And not only is it happening for a reason, but when you get to where you're supposed to be, you will be ready, and this is not wasted time. This is just time to get more ready. This is the time to get more ready, guys. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy the rest of this Friday.